Greetings, true believers, and welcome to my very late review of Marvel Spider-Man Episode 9, Ultimate Spider-Man. In this episode, we get to see Miles Morales become a brand new Spider-Man. But how will he deal with these new powers of his? Let's get right into it. So the episode opens with Peter walking to school for once, and he sees Miles Morales getting bullied by some kids. Peter and Miles' dad manage to break up the fight, and Miles then walks to school. While they're walking to school, Peter tells Miles that instead of using his fists, he should try and use his brains, because that will help him in life. Peter then spots a spider slayer in the distance and decides to go after it. Miles, instead of calling the police, decides to follow Peter. We then find out that the spider slayer is being controlled by none other than our dear friend Mr. Spencer Smythe, who is seeking revenge at Norman Osborn for not offering a job at Osborn Academy, even when he agreed to framing Harry for him. Smythe then leaves the Spider Slayer there for Norman and rigs it to blow. Luckily, Spider-Man shows up. Norman then tells him that the bomb will blow up in 2 minutes, when in reality it's just 1 minute. As a result, Spidey gets blown off the building, but while Spidey is falling to his doom, Spencer is passing by Miles when he accidentally drops his briefcase, letting out a spider. This spider then bites Miles, which gives him his powers, which he then uses to save Peter from falling down. Later on, we find out that Spencer is working with Raymond Warren, who is not in prison. Why aren't you in prison, Raymond? Anyway, when Spencer opens the briefcase, Raymond notices that one of the spiders are missing, which makes him very, very mad. Anyways, fast forward a bit, Miles is attempting to figure out his brand new powers. He then calls Peter to come over in his lab to check something out. When Peter walks into Miles' room, he sees Miles in a brand new Spider-Man costume, in his Ultimate Spider-Man costume that is based off the comics. And literally not even a minute later, he goes to Anya and Gwen and tells them that he's got these powers and he's, well, Spider-Man. Another Spider-Man. Anya and Gwen then mention that, hey, maybe they can all get spider powers someday. Hint hint. Peter then gives Miles a lecture on great power comes great responsibility and all that, mumbo jumbo. Man, Miles has gotta be more careful about what he says, and oh, he just told everybody the name of the street he lives on. Miles, why? Miles, why? Anyways, back at Oscorp, we get a little backstory on the Spider Slayers. It seems that the Spider Slayers were created as a counter to the Spider Army if Raymond and Spencer Smythe managed to achieve that. Fast forward a bit, after Miles fails several times to be a hero, Peter, in a Spider-Man costume, decides to tell Miles that he needs a little more training and needs to be more careful. And during their conversation, Alistair and Spencer Smythe show up with their own versions of the Spider Slayers. But wait, how did they know where they were? Oh yeah! Miles told every single person on television in the entire city of New York where he lives. Well, the street anyway. But anyways, the battle begins and several things happen. Alistair and Spencer are fighting each other, Miles' dad nearly dies, and Miles gets to use his new ability called the Electro Blast, which is very familiar because he has those abilities in the comics, which manages to shut down the Spider Slayers. The two Smythes then eject from the robots, and Spencer manages to get arrested and sent to jail, only to find Raymond Warren there. But wait, I thought he was in his secret lab. How did he end up in prison again? Yeah, something's fishy there. Anyways, Norman says that the war has just begun, and then Peter gives Miles a brand new set of web shooters for him. And that's the episode, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I don't really know how to feel about this episode. I like it, but I don't like it. So, hear me out. The creators of the show are introducing Miles way too early. This is only episode, like 9? And we already have a sidekick for Peter. Like, we don't have to add another spider-powered hero. They should have done it at like the end of the season, or maybe even like at the beginning of season 2. If this show even gets a season 2. But on the other hand, I do like that Miles is here because we get to see both Spider-Man work together, which is something we don't get the chance to see in the comics anymore. Because Peter originally, Miles became Spider-Man because Peter, the Peter Parker of that universe, died from Norman Osborn. So that's why Miles took up the mantle. But here, you get to see them both fight alongside each other. We got that Ultimate Spider-Man, but it's a little different here. But anyways, because of their promotion art that's out there, this show is going to be a team-up show. That's why the show was pretty much made. It's not Spider-Man, it's Spider friends, I guess, in a way. So I'm pretty sure that Gwen and Anya are gonna get their spider powers shortly, but I hope that doesn't happen, because that is gonna be super rushed. But anyways, I'll give this episode a 7 out of 10. And that's my review, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed this review, like the video, share the video, and comment your thoughts below. And please, subscribe as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out, and game on.